Hey everyone, so I just want to do kind of a quick little video this week. It was mostly about relationships because this week has been a lot of, I've noticed a theme this last couple of weeks about relationship struggles with everybody. Everybody who's in a relationship. Even family relationships have everyday struggles. And I think going over some important things and about relationships is like a very vital thing. And so one thing I've noticed with relationships is that I've learned is love languages. Learning how people speak and their love language is a huge thing. It's huge. And then learning what their definition of that love language is. So a few of the love languages that were created that kind of describe the different ways we express ourselves and love. One is words of affirmation. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate you. You don't know how much I miss you and how glad I am you're in my life. Another one is quality time. And then there's also gifts, or like physical things, like uh, tokens of acceptance or appreciation, I should say, like flowers, candies, a ticket to a movie, things like that. And there's a few more. And I think learning how people speak, even if it's just like your best friend, like learning that my best friend, she values one love language over the other helps me be a better friend by saying, okay, she doesn't care about that kind of thing. She's not like that. She's more like this. But I've especially noticed it in relationships. Like Blake and I took a love language test. And to figure out what our top love language are, they ask you like 20 questions, 50 questions actually, I don't remember. And you total up, and under each love language is a score. And we learned that our love languages are exactly the same order. Exactly the same. But then the whole thing is, you have to learn what those love languages definition is to you. His definition of quality time is so vastly different than mine. He just likes being near me. That's quality time. Being near me and feeling my presence and my love is enough. But for me, quality time is when we sit there on the couch together, cuddling, watching a movie, or when we go out to eat and sit and have a face-to-face meal and conversation together, or when we go for a walk with our dog. It's doing something together is more of what quality time to me means. And so learning that quality time is one of our top love languages for both of us, but it means so different. So that's a huge thing in relationships. And I've noticed with a couple of my friends who have been talking to me about their relationships and those struggles, I've noticed that too, is that the lack of knowing that causes a lot of issues. So learning the love language that this person speaks, especially with significant others. Blake and I grew up so vastly different. Polar opposites. Here to there. Crazy. Crazy. And to learn kinda how that affected us in our love languages, like that's why, like his past is why his love language of quality time is different than mine. It's because of how we grew up and our socialization and our society. And it just, to know those things and learning those things this past 2.5 years, going on 3 this fall, like, it helped. Another thing I noticed is white elephants. Nobody likes to talk about them. Nobody. Even with your significant other, sometimes talking about white elephants is terrible. It's like, keep that rat over there. Keep that dog poop over there. Nobody wants that white elephant. And that causes issues because then it's just sweeping it under the rug. And then I've noticed and had to learn that that doesn't solve anything. Leaving those things untalked about builds up so much. For me, anger, and then I become passive aggressive like crazy. That's what I've known. When I was a kid, I'd be passive in real life to everybody around me, and then I'd be aggressive at home because I'd be taking out all that anger of being walked on and just letting things go. When someone did something to me, I just be like, okay, cool, sweep that under the rug too, and then it all builds up because I've been just letting things go. It would build up, and then at home, I'd be super angry. And let me tell you, if my sister was right here, she'd say, amen to that, sister. She was like my punching bag. That sounds bad to admit, but I'm going to be honest. I was not a good sister. I'm going to be straight up. My sister, I call her the golden child. She's the most selfless, innocent person you will ever meet. I don't know how I am related to her. To be honest, like, I don't, like, she's crazy. I love her. But learning about those white elephants cannot be ignored no matter how much you don't want to talk about them. It's okay at first to say, hey, no, back away. Let's not talk about it right now. But it can't always be like that. And that's one thing Blake and I have learned. When we have to deal with something, we'll say, okay, break, breathe, and then after we all calm down and breathe, we rationally sit and talk. And that talk, sometimes it's awkward, and sometimes I sit there staring at a wall like, I don't really want to say this, but those things have to be said. If you're going to have good communication and really connect and really keep the relationship, our friendship, our family member in your life, you have to be able to do that. Because then it's just going to cause issues when you let those things build up, and it's not fun. Another thing is blaming, and not taking responsibility. That's something that I'm going to admit I'm not the best at either. But learning, yes, the other person can be at fault too. But you have to realize, as I've had to realize and take myself down a peg, I am responsible too. It takes two to tango. And in a relationship, when something's go wrong, you need to look at, no matter how hard it is and how not fun it is, you had a part in that too. And you're not innocent. Something on your part happened. You have to realize that you need to look at, what did I do that I could have done to, like, not cause this? Like, what part do I have in this? Because you can't just blame somebody and expect someone else to change if you aren't willing to put in the effort too. I can't expect Blake to change all of his behaviors of not wanting to show emotions because of all the crap he went through as a kid if I don't work on slowly adjusting him. If I expect him just to change overnight, that ain't gonna work. I have to meet in the middle too. No matter how hard it sucks and how hard I just want to be like, no. I have to learn that I have to meet in the middle. I have to put my part in too. I have to work too. I have to give and take. And yes, that sucks. You want it now. You want change. You want it to happen. We're in a fast-paced moving society. You've got to realize that doesn't happen. You have to give and take. Even in friendships, it's learning to compromise, and that's not something that our human nature wants us to do. So it's learning to really learn to compromise and not just to blame and look at what you did, because you're not always innocent. And that's something that I've had to learn too, that I struggled with too, with learning that I have to take blame and responsibility too, because my human nature wants me to say, nope, it ain't my fault. But it can be. And there are a lot of times where I have to say, yeah, my I am at fault. I should have done things differently. And admitting we're sorry is not something our human nature wants us to do. And it's learning to say I'm sorry, because those two words can heal and move mountains in relationships. That's one thing I definitely know. I know for me, it's just hearing sorry sometimes, even no matter what it is. If the person genuinely says I'm sorry and means it, that's far more than any gift of apology, flowers, a new DVD can do. Two simple words. Sometimes all that needs to be said. Oh, sorry for my dog. He's crazy. But I think some things that we forget about in society is that relationships are a piece of work. And they're hard. And they can be a struggle. But fighting every day and working is the most rewarding thing. Speaking on terms of like significant other relationships now, yes, Blake and I relationship isn't perfect. No significant other relationship is going to be perfect, no matter who you are and how sweet and genuine you are. But the best thing is learning to work together and to move mountains together, no matter how hard and different things may seem. I know Blake and I have our struggles, but I wouldn't change it for the world, no matter what happens. So it's really learning that relationships, especially nowadays, can be hard. With everything that's going on in everybody's life, college, work, school, children, sicknesses / illnesses, it can build up. But learning how to deal with them and really learning to put yourself in someone else's shoes. That's when relationships work. And that's when you get the most reward. Thank you for watching.